Fuck it, we're doing it live.
So I was like,
I hit record in time for that, so that's the start of it's the start of the episode.
Yeah.
You gotta bleep me out or we can't monetize.
That's not true. My podcast was called literally "What the fuck am I watching?" and we monetized. So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure cussing is allowed on Twitch.
yeah,
Yes.
it's just like certain weird words you can't say. But anyway, that aside, hello, we're back again. It's been 2 weeks for us and probably not for you. So yeah, I don't know why I brought it up.
Like, don't let them know. Don't tell them.
Oh,
Don't tell them
it's
things.
true. No, we record every day.
Yep.
Yes.
Time is an illusion.
Yep, full-time job. Just doing this game for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, we seem to have music this time, unlike episode 2 where I had to add it all in, so that's cool. Hopefully that continues. But yeah, no announcements or anything. So I don't know. Does anyone have any uplifting words to say?
I think we had a really good first episode. I think that went very well.
I agree.
Yes.
It was awesome.
it did go very well.
Also, just for my sanity, I forgot to ask everyone to please turn off mouse broadcasting in Vorpal board. But
Oh, already did that.
beautiful. Thank you much. And fuck it, let's start with it. So, what happened last time was after an awful Eldritch Nightmare experience, some puzzles were solved with varying degrees of wits
And faith.
and faith. The mysterious figure known as A handed out some gifts, including a goblet, which can apparently be utilized to return to them for some more games. Kalis had some questions about the people that you had all come to rescue, and A showed you all what had happened, which was a awful sort of ritualistic murder of dozens of people that had happened in the cave. You were then returned from whatever weird pocket dimension you might have been in, and had a heated discussion over what had just happened and plans. Volkar was quite upset. I think everyone was quite upset in their own way, but Volkar especially. And you began to travel north to Camp Sinclair. Kalis and Quilly had a nighttime conversation, punctuated by Milo's net shooting crossbow. Kalis and Volkar then experienced a shared and very intense dream or vision of sorts, during which insults were thrown, thinly
bonding
veiled or not so veiled. Threats were
We definitely
whatever.
tried to murder.
Threatened.
Straight up tried to
Yeah.
kill each other.
Yeah, you tried to kill each other. Your fragile masculinity was everywhere. It was great.
Fragile, that was complete toxic masculinity.
And a strange, potentially holy being made its presence known. On awakening, the two of you realized that maybe you're better off working together and putting your not-so-differences aside, instead of killing each other. The new friendship was solidified with the manliest pinky promise ever to happen. And Theron awkwardly walked away from the strange interaction and continued his watch. Then, some more boring travel. You reached Camp Sinclair and were greeted by Tegan. Gave him the locket and sword from Marith, his partner, who you had found deceased. And there was some more last-minute shenanigans involving Milo deciding to shoot himself with the net, Volkar paralyzing him, and what have you. And that is where we begin. At late morning, Camp Sinclair. Milo and Lila still standing side by side in a net just outside the camp. The rest of you have just sat down to rest, get some food, and wait for Tegan to come back. to talk business. So the scene is yours.
I think the net was still coming back down.
Still coming
towards my
down.
way. Yeah.
It had just landed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Like, you're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation.
And it was then that Quilly knew she fucked up.
I'm probably gonna write to Merca that we finally got to Sinclair. He's not here, is he? He's still back at Vasselheim?
you have not seen him and have no reason to suspect he would be here.
Okay, then I'll just write to him that we made it to Sinclair, safe and sound. What next?
Okay. He writes back and says that you are in Tegan's hands for the time being, and he will, pass on whatever information or instructions are required.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess we just have to wait for Tegan. Probably a bit in mourning, so it might be a minute. We could eat and rest up in the meantime.
I could definitely grab something to eat. I would enjoy that very much.
Yeah, same here.
A bit famished. Didn't have breakfast yet.
We've been hiking for how many days?
Verging on a week, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I think we could all use a good night's sleep in a bed.
Yeah, I mean, still early, late
It's quite
morning.
early.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
early morning, late morning.
eat,
Night.
rest, and just fill our bellies.
Yes.
Well,
What if there's
there
quail
is
eggs?
there is food around that is available for you. Beds, they were just ransacked by gnolls not that long ago, so a lot of the camp isn't really there, but some more semblance of comfort might be available to you. So essentially there's about 35 minutes before Tegan comes back, which, if you have anything specific to do during this time, let it be known. If not, then we'll skip it. Also, Iron Dan, I am getting some crazy feedback from your mic again. Yeah, not sure if it's your fan or what's going on with it, but there is that.
Well, I just turned it off.
Oh, well, now it might be better.
That's fine.
So
It's all good.
we'll see. We'll find out. The joys of technology and gaming. Great. So are you all well, regardless, Tegan would gather you all up in a group, so he's not talking to individuals. And he kind
I
of
assume
brings
we're
back
all
up with
eating
you.
or something.
I would
along that
imagine
line.
as much. Probably eating and sitting down or whatever.
Is there a shared area in which people generally gather to eat? Like,
What is the camp looking like right now? They're probably all in recovery mode.
Yeah, the camp itself is definitely has sustained some damage via fire. There are 4 kind of bigger tents, kind of like what Mirka is usually in, that are still standing. There is one that seems to be where people would gather to eat. And there's maybe 10 or so other hunters around who are just, cleaning up stuff, organizing, going about their thing. But it looks like, if you had to guess, probably 50 to 65% of any temporary infrastructure that would have been here was probably lost in the attack. It's looking like the camp used to be a bit bigger than it is. So, not doing great. And as Tegan approaches you all, you see he is wearing the locket, and he's actually still holding the sword. All right, well, thanks. Sorry, I had to,
I understand.
work some stuff out. Any actually holds the sword out. You think any of you could use this?
I think Milo
Honestly,
could.
just gonna make me sad looking at it.
And the little man can take it again.
See, I will gladly take it back.
And he leans down and hands it to you. Kind of smiles a bit. Yeah, happy to see it go to use. Probably wouldn't get much with me. Well, I've been getting updates from Mirka as you've been going, but anything else you got to tell me? Anything else you've seen on the way?
Don't pick up the cup. Whatever you do, don't pick up the cup.
We should probably just
Kinda-
recap them on what we saw.
Wait, who has the cup?
You do.
Do I have the cup?
Behind.
Oh shit. Oh, I do have the cup. I do have the cup.
Don't touch it.
I grabbed the. No.
I'm not doing it again. I won't do it.
Tegan's kind of looking around at all of you. Right, well, guess it's
Been a
been a
long
long
couple
week.
days.
Yeah.
Tegan, have you
Yes.
ever heard of some fae or demon or something in the lower parts that goes by, has an A initial?
No, that's
Fair enough. To be honest, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I don't know either. We
and he
barely
kind
got
of
out of
sits down heavily on a stool nearby and just takes out a.
pour
another
him
little
from what I
notebook.
assume is a jug of like ale or whatever that we have between all of us and just pass it to him. You need this more than I do.
Well, yeah. Not anything I've heard of fits that description, but is it dangerous? Is it something else we gotta look out for?
I'd
I
say
don't think
dangerous,
it's-
but
I don't think
Strange.
it's necessarily anything
Yeah.
we have to look out for. In the,
Still,
the
though, I
presence.
think it's better if we hold on to it. Maybe someone in
Yeah.
Vasselheim knows what to do with it.
It's a good idea.
So what's going on with this whole Knoll thing?
yeah.
Well,
You know
Yeah.
where they're going.
that's the question. So I've heard, not sure. How'd you get that information?
Which
Oh, well-
information?
We were sent by Merca.
Well, no,
How do
Where
you
they
know
going?
they're heading? My eyes are gonna like spark that gray. Like I've got a direct line, if you would.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo.
he kind of smirks a bit. Right.
I am starting off on
Yeah.
a new leaf. I am not going to rise to the bait. I am calm. I am not going to
Oh.
punch Kalis in the face.
Oh, please
Well,
tell
I
me
am
he's
not
gonna go
going
on
to
one
go
of his
punch
speeches
Kalis
again,
in the
please.
you
Please
see his
don't punch
eyes.
anybody.
His eyes flick down to the matching amulets the two large muscular men are wearing, and he kind of looks down at his own locket and smirks a little bit.
Not what you think, but
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh.
never
No,
is.
no. It's
Anyway,
it's completely platonic.
it's fine. I really don't care this much.
I'm blushing hard, man.
So Fort Thunderhead. I don't know what you know about it, but you know,
I'm still here.
still here. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of looks at you, Volkar. I mean, you should probably know something about it, probably, given the, you know.
I know
Get up.
that's where I know that's the place where the turning point of the war. It's also a place where Cord was struck, where he banished the spider demon, the spider
Yeah.
queen, and
Also
It's-
seems like a place that we have to go. So
it's a place where God shed blood, and there's power. There's definitely power in God's blood.
And there's something that's calling all of them there.
The Lord, a demon, something. something is bringing the gnolls together.
And you saw that from Cord?
He sent me to Vasselheim 6 months ago for a reason. I think this is it.
There was a gnoll camp to the south of here. It was in a cave. They had been in there doing some gruesome things. Give me your map, I'll mark it for you.
Disturbing rituals.
You also have 3 scouts there who are dead. You might want to retrieve them, but the gnolls have moved on from that location. We tried to save them, but we were too late.
We did
It's
try our
alright.
best.
I know, thank you. Unfortunately, retrieving bodies is not the priority at the moment. So, your guard showed you that they're up to Fort Thunderhead. It's pretty far north. There's really not much between here and there. Much as I hate to add to a pile of already distressing news. Well, as you can see, which you already know, we were attacked a couple days ago ourselves. Maybe 30 of them. Around midnight, started with fire. There was a real big one.
Did they take anything?
Well, they didn't leave with it, but they took it nonetheless. But material things now. They didn't take anything. Just banned it mostly.
It sounds like you were in their way.
It was quick. I mean, a couple minutes.
I mean, a raiding party that doesn't raid, that doesn't take anything.
I know. It's fucking weird.
Especially gnolls. They keep what they kill.
You seen any weird ones?
The old
not
one.
normal. I mean, there was.
There was one that was.
I mean,
That one we met.
We took care of a regular gnoll and some hyenas that were taking a chunk out of an owl bear. However,
But that gnoll, it did seem different than others, didn't it?
But we saw that A showed us.
that too, the one in those premonitions,
The one wielding magic.
those visions. That one too.
As you say that, you see Tegan's eyes kind of widen a little bit in recognition. Yeah, well, he was here. I mean, didn't really do much. Not to us, but the big one with the skull and the stripes, she was something else. I mean, I've taken down gnolls in my day, a lot of other things, and I didn't stand a chance.
I mean, I don't know if we're qualified to take 30 gnolls by ourselves.
Sounds like something you need an army for.
I'll just be pragmatic. 6 of us cannot take down a group of 30
Can you
gnolls.
Can you call some of your dragon priests and paladins? And what about that girl you like? The one and her friends.
If we're referring
Rough?
But rough, yeah. I feel like there's gonna be an ongoing.
Those black
Gotcha.
armored fuckers scared the living daylights out of me.
Oh, the
They look
raids.
capable enough.
Yeah.
Alright, look,
Um,
let me just get the rest of the info out. We'll make a plan after that, alright?
We'll just we'll be getting something to eat. I'm guessing. A few of us are hungry.
Yeah, have anything here is yours. Anyway, they attacked. It's quick. In and out. Got the better of us. Probably could have killed us all, to be honest. They didn't. They just kept going. As you said, it seemed
Chose
like
not
we were in
to.
their way. They didn't take anything. Just burned it. Killed who was in their way and fucked off.
Did they seem like they were coming to Sinclair and not just trying to pass it?
Couldn't tell. I mean, they didn't stay, so...
Yeah.
What direction did they head in after the raid?
Just points north.
They're going.
Yep, came from the south.
Something's bringing them all together.
But Fletcher's Eye has, in the last few days, also reported a few attacks. 4 of them. Lost 11 more hunters. None on the town itself, just around, similar to, what we've had going on from here. And I think one of the immediate problems is we'd sent a few up a bit north, and he gets out a map, kind of lays it out and points, and if you check in the journal at the Vesper Timberlands map, he points at up in the tundra. You'll see there's a big lake there. He kind of points right above the northern tip of that.
Okay.
Is that where we know Camp Thunderhead is?
No, way more north than that. Not in the Vespa anymore. Way up there. But no, we had sent another camp. A few men to start a new camp up there. Trying to spread out.
Anything?
Well, communication went dead this morning. Early this morning. Usually I hear from them before the sun's even up. I haven't heard anything, can't get anything back from them. So it's just small things still. We don't have any teleportation set up there, so I can't just zip over and check it out myself. He's a few days away. And unfortunately, motions around to the camp. I've got to be here and making sure that we don't all die.
We can check it out.
Yeah.
It's on our way north.
Do you have any horses?
Anything that can speed our journey.
Well, we did. But,
Yeah. Probably could have guessed
that's
that.
what they started with the fire stable.
A few days ago, as we were heading south, we also saw a airship.
Right? What about it?
I don't know. Was that from here, or do you think that was from? What was the name of it? Do we see?
Yeah, Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel. I'm flattered you think we could have airships from here. I don't know where to keep them, but no, I don't know what that is. We don't really, type with the airships. They're not stopping by this.
Heading east, I think. It's probably going to Vasselheim.
I mean, might be. And ships occasionally. I mean,
I was just
I
curious.
didn't see it myself, but no, I'm not sure.
A rare sight to see.
Any chance that we can resupply while we're here before we go out and check the camp?
Depends on what you're looking for. I mean, we don't have a whole lot. We do have some warm clothing you can take with you if you're heading up to the tundra. It's still pretty cold. It's
I'd love some extra furs, to be honest.
Looks like it's probably going to snow next couple days anyway, so yeah.
What about some rations?
Rations we can do, yeah. Not a problem.
Perfect.
Rations, some clothing. If you need any extra weapons or something basic, we have some left over. If you need anything fancy, I can maybe try to work something out real quick. You're welcome to stay the rest of the day at the very least, but
I think we're good. Everyone good on potions? Everyone still have all their potions?
Yeah.
I don't suppose we can drop off Knoll bits to you that Merca needed. Merca asked us to gather some.
I mean, you could. I'm not rightly in a position to pay you myself, as I usually could do so, but drop him off, I can get it back to him. He can, keep tab of it all. You will get paid for it if you don't feel like lugging him around, but
I think we're about to get very heavy with Knoll bits, if you catch my drift.
Lucky years. Doesn't weigh too much.
Yeah, I think we'll be
Screw the
okay.
nose. Let's take more than years. Let's take a few scalps.
I need a new shovel.
You need a new shovel. But
well, as far as the plan goes, I mean, checking out North Camp on our real creative, we hadn't really named it yet. That's the first step. I'm pretty sure I know what happened there, but I've got to make sure. See if anything else weird's going on.
How far is it
It's pretty far. Probably about 3.5 days up there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're already making our way up north anyway.
Yeah.
regarding Thunderhead, none of us expect, well, 7 of you, to deal with the problem, take on that many, but we need to get eyes up there. We've tried scrying on the fort. We don't really see anything
That
going on.
I think we can do.
I mean, the fort's still there. That's all that I've seen. Well, I mean, not me personally. Not the magic sort, but at the very least, get some eyes. Report back what you see. I don't have anyone I can send with you right now, but a few days. See what
We'll get the lay of the land. See how they fortified, if they're digging in, or if they're preparing, and we'll get the information to you.
Keep you updated via journal.
Alright, in the meantime, let me know if you need anything else from me.
Thank you.
As I said, you're more than welcome to stay the evening. Head out in the morning. That's... And he, kinda smiles at Volkar and Kalis and goes,
You bastard, don't you say a damn word.
he just turns, walks away to go back to his business.
Oh,
This is your fault.
I
This is
have
the
no
way.
idea.
No,
I have no
this is
idea what
your
you're
fault.
talking about.
You look at me that way. You leave it up to impressionable people.
I personally would rather not spend the night
a little
here.
bit on the cheek. Oh, that's cute.
You don't want to spend the night here?
No. I think we're pretty well rested as is. I think we eat some food. Head out.
Then
I'd love to get some
Get-
food. I am
Get some
starving.
food, get some warmer clothes for the north.
We stock on rations.
Correct.
But if it's a
I
3-day
think-
journey, I think that
yeah.
we shouldn't waste a day here.
Yeah.
I think at this point, time is absolutely of the essence.
Mhm.
So,
Unless
Food.
anyone needs.
I'm gonna just grab whatever they have, whatever's made
Yeah.
right now. A stew or something.
Do piece of whatever they have available, and
Yeah.
start looking for like a purveyor, someone who has like warmer clothes.
yeah.
Same here.
Okay. Essentially, yeah, it's just some basic stews and other rations that they have around that you can stock up on easily enough to get 4 or 5 days each. And Tegan actually, sees that you're starting to look around and whatnot, and goes and procures some furs, some warmer clothing for all of you. You can decide what they look like, I guess, but they're all pretty basic. And yeah, you're stocked on food. You got warm clothing. Tegan lets you know that he has communicated everything with Mirka, and that once you leave, to please, stay in communication as you have been. But as of right now, Mirka is aware of the situation and the plans.
So, do I have to keep in contact with Mirka? Like, do I still have to message him every day, or?
Yes, as you travel, keep up with that.
Got it.
Can you message Mirka for me, Cooley?
Sure.
Mind asking him if there's any way to get in contact with the Order out here? Just anyway.
I'll write to Mirka if we get any backup from the Order.
Not even necessarily
Is there a
backup,
way
just
to
whether or not to
establish there like a teleportation circle?
Out here in one of the camps, I doubt it.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah,
once we get to the camp, if we can establish.
I don't exactly
beacon.
think we have that type of magic on our side right now.
Sure, if you got a lot of money, a lot of materials, high level magic, and a couple
and a
weeks
wizard.
at least.
No.
It's
It was
not an
just
easy
a
thing
thought.
to do.
It was just
No,
a
it is,
thought.
it is, but it's a pretty involved process to do so. It takes a lot of time.
Just let ask Mirka whether or not there's an effective way for me to get in contact with the Order at any point.
Okay.
Write that to Mirka.
Cool. Response comes back as I have personally been in communication with them throughout this. If Kalis needs to, I can have someone contact him.
Perfect. There's some
Alrighty.
wonderful circumstances we have put ourselves in.
Oh yeah.
We
Very
have to have some
confident about this.
friends. Okay. Well,
If you can tell Mirka, find any of the worshippers of Cord in the city. If they are there, they'll be sporting for a fight.
Alright.
interesting. It's not many of you I see in the city.
We're not very. We're most of our clergy died. Where we're going.
Oh, that's a bit depressing.
Oh,
Yes.
that's nice to know.
Yes, we're walking into a graveyard. Perfect. Well,
Yeah,
Once-
and I'll also write to Mirka just to see if there's any Cold worshippers in Vasselheim that they might want to know what's going on.
He says, not many that I know of. I'll do what I can.
Sounds good.
Onwards.
Oh,
And
one
everything
thing I
to do
like-
before you leave.
yes, I will take out my sending stone and cast sending through the stone.
Okay.
Okay.
Calling your mom?
Technically, my friend Dell is supposed to be holding this, so let's see. Hey Dell, in Camp Sinclair now. Checking in on travel to Quidhara?
It's Kidhara.
Quidhara, okay.
Yeah.
I know, Derek knows that I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope. Crap, I forgot, I lost my train of thought now.
it's okay. You're you have 13 more.
13? Okay. Oh, and I got... Hey, Dell. At Camp Sinclair. I need to write these things down.
I hate the stamp spell.
Checking.
You only have 8 more now.
No, this is me recounting it. That's Derek.
In my head, I was like, "Damn, I need to write this stuff down." And, like, okay, fine. It's 13.
Okay, let me start. I'm confused now.
Sorry about the
Kidhara.
motorcycles. Springtime.
It's okay. Hey, Del. Checking in on travel to Kidhara. In Camp Sinclair now. Going to head out soon. Hope you have safe travels. So that's it.
May have been
Okay.
over, but not picky.
What you get is what sounds like the start of Dell responding to you. And before he even gets finished saying hi, Derek, there is laughter of children. And essentially a short ensuing what sounds like him trying to get the damn stone back from some kids and failing to do so, and the last thing you hear is him just going, no, that's not what I... And it just cuts.
They're good kids.
I think they're playing hot potato with the sending stone.
Does look like a potato, to be fair.
Yeah, it does. Oh well.
Maybe it's the grime. Maybe you just gotta wash it a bit, you know?
Well, yeah, they kind of did rush when they were making it. Kind of
Yeah.
made it before I left, so that's why it's on speaker all the time.
It's rustic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully they can
Rustic
fix it
potato
if I ever.
Rustic potato. That was so unintentional,
Potato
too. I
phone.
didn't mean... Yeah, rustic potato.
But I don't let him hear you say that. He'll get mad.
Paladin's honor.
Okay.
I will not say it.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
any other final details? or
Alrighty.
the tundra.
Alright. I did get some warmer clothes, so
Yeah.
I want some like
I'll just
fur
rummage.
boots.
I'll rummage through the furs that they have, grab a kind of like a half fur, and then just drape it over the kind of the top half of my shoulders, like.
While we're waiting, I'm desperately trying to dry the knoll pelt that I had.
You need a bath, desperately.
Oh, sweetie.
I'm trying to fit
See,
my
no,
poncho over my
don't
fur
call me
coat.
sweetie. This is why he gets that stupid assessment. Nah. Don't call me sweetie, please. I understand we're on good terms now, but no sweetie.
I don't know, man. That pinky promise was
It was
Okay, we don't bring in the piggy promise, okay? The piggy promise was very, very, very platonic.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Volcar
So-
is doing this because he knows it bothers Kalis.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Respectable. Fuck with the paladin always.
But he has he's extended his he's wearing like gloves, and he's still got that pelt, so that the head of that knoll is now like on his shoulder.
Nice.
Cool. It's still gonna take some time to dry for sure. But it works. It works for now. It's a little moist, unfortunately, but
You're gonna get pneumonia. It's not good.
with that, you head out from Camp Sinclair, traveling north into the tundra, which is in fact the not so creatively named portion of the Vesper Timberlands north of you. And I would love for someone to roll me a d20. Also, don't forget, you all have your 1d6 inspiration for the evening. Not applicable to this roll, but just, you have that.
Cocked again. Natural 20.
Nice.
Wow.
No, you don't know anything.
I cocked it like twice. It jumped out of my thing twice. Yeah, 20.
Okay. About 4.5 hours into your travel, as the landscape is kind of beginning to change from the fairly dense northern portion of the Wolfwood out into some elements of what would be essentially a boreal forest. The trees get a bit thinner and less leafy. Some evergreens and pines around. You, Kalis, as you're walking, you hear this weird kind of like huffing, breathy sound just a little bit in front of you, like over a small little hill.
Just breathy?
Yeah, just something sounded like some kind of animal, just breathing, kind of huffing a little bit.
I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm gonna kind of.
Okay.
No. I'm just gonna slowly walk and like peek over. Slowly walk
Okay.
and peek over.
Cool. As you
curious.
do, you see there's a horse just hanging out, enjoying the day, grazing, tail
Oh,
flicking away some of the mosquitoes.
I'll walk up to the hole. Does it look in good shape? In good health?
Yeah, as you approach it, you see it notices you moving and kind of takes a start for a moment, and then just kind of looks up at you, huffs again a little bit, not aggressively, and just kind of keeping an eye on you, just goes back to grazing slowly. Looks healthy. Yeah.
Is anything with it, or is it just alone?
No, just a horse.
I'm going to walk up to the horse.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, "Whoa, is it a male or female horse?"
It is a male.
It's a male horse.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm gonna kind of try to brush on my hand against it.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to calm it down to a degree in which I could kind of lead it back to the group.
Sure. Give me an animal handling check.
Do we notice him just walk off into the
Yeah.
Did he just?
forest?
It's a
There you go.
3.
Alis is dead.
I look down at the friendship. But he's within 10 minutes.
Yeah, you do know
Oh,
where
no.
he is. At this
I know where
moment,
he
you
is.
all,
He's
you
like,
all kind of do
I have him
notice that
chipped.
you do kind of
Like a
notice right now
dog.
that Kalis isn't there as you hear the kind of whinnying from a horse nearby, maybe like 40 or 50 feet away. And Kalis, as you reach out and try and comfort it and soothe it a bit, it's spooked a little bit. It doesn't run away from you or anything, but it definitely like takes a couple steps forward and kind of turns to face you a bit. And you see the tail still kind of flicking and seems a little unsure, but
Is it
Has
No
a
domesticated?
offense. Quilly!
Yeah. May I go to where Kalis is?
yeah,
If I see the horse, I'm gonna just, oh my god, and I'm gonna try to slowly approach it with just a hand out and just like shush it, try to calm it down.
okay, sure. I will take an animal handling check from you as well, and the rest of you, could obviously be following and seeing this. It's not very far away, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're all seeing the horse.
Mhm.
Cat. Oh my goodness, it's fine. Plus 2, 13.
Milo, you can try and trap it with the net.
You don't.
No.
Don't do that.
My goodness. Yeah, you walk up to it. Maybe it's a little bit more comforted by the fact that you are tiny as compared to the large, heavily armored man. And Quilly, you walk up to it and you just kind of begin petting it a little bit and I assume kind of speaking quietly to it. And seems to be into it, totally fine with this. And kind of looks over at you a little bit, kind of nuzzles you a bit with the head for a moment. And yeah.
Wait, I want to turn to pet the horse.
I'll lift Milo up by his shoulders.
Yeah, the horse is fine with it. That's
Well,
Well,
it seems domesticated.
Yeah. What if it just escaped from the attack?
Can
They'll
we
probably
see
just
any
run off.
tracks? Like, are there more of them, or is it just the one?
Go ahead and give me perception or survival check.
Does the horse have like a saddle or any harness
That's
on
the
it?
same thing, yeah.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Said perception or animal handling.
Survival or
Perception
perception.
of survival. Yeah.
Okay.
So is anyone gonna try
Alright,
riding
so
this horse,
survival.
or
Thanks.
You can
That
certainly give
is
it a
an
shot, Milo.
18 plus 5.
In
23.
this immediate vicinity, you don't see what seem to be any tracks of other horses. Unfortunately, the tundra becomes pretty hard to track things in. The ground is very hardy and uneven and tussocky, and a lot of the plant life there is very thick toward the ground. But yeah, you can see that it's just kind of been wandering around grazing for a while. You don't see signs of other horses.
Well,
I want to try riding the horse?
I was gonna say,
Okay.
one of us. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that there's only one horse, but if we
Yeah,
need help
horse-
carrying things,
yeah, what kind of horse is it?
I'm still trying to ride the horse.
First, assuming someone is going to put Milo on there for fear of him having to just scramble up the side of it.
To be honest, I just want to see him struggle.
Sure,
Um,
let's get an animal handling check. And I don't really know shit about types of horses, but it is
Is it like
It's-
draft horse?
Mustang, stallion.
Like a right? No,
It's
no.
a
Like,
horse.
Is that? I mean,
I got a 5.
oh no.
5. Yeah, not super into that one. It doesn't immediately like try and squirm and get you off of it or anything. Certainly isn't moving for a bit, and then after about 10 or 15 seconds of realizing this is still happening, kind of starts to squirm a bit, trying to shift you off. Not violently, but
We want to keep it around. It might be useful.
Might get it killed.
Yeah. I don't know how
You might,
well
but
it would do in the cold.
It's a good source of food. I will say this.
don't you
Horses
dare
make...
eat the
Absolutely not.
fucking horse, Falcon.
We
I'm
have
not eating a horse.
It's just
Horses,
emergency food.
For us, are like
Okay.
dogs and cats, okay? We do not touch them for sustenance. If we have to, we will go out and we will pick food ourselves. We will not eat the horse.
Wait, you've never eaten a cat
So-
before?
I've never eaten what?
Cat jerky. Very, very good.
Oh, you
I
are
think-
a
So we are taking this
menace
horse, or
to
we're
society.
not?
Nah, let's leave him be.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try
Yeah.
to point the horse in the direction of where we just came from the camp. I'm going to smack it on the butt so it gets moving.
okay. It does start moving a bit in response to this, and kind of slowly trots off south.
That's a shame. It's a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Oh.
How
Had
much
at
use
least
is
one
only
left.
one?
His name was Sebastian, and he was magnificent.
Seemed more like a Charlie to me. Eh,
His
this
name was
or
Sebastian.
that, whatever. Alright,
Onward? Question
onward
mark?
we go, I guess.
Yes.
That's Big Sebastian.
Big Sebastian. Great, got it. And with that, you all watch your new acquaintance, Big Sebastian Charlie, walk off into the distance.
It's hyphenated.
Yes. And proceed on your way. And the rest of your day of travel, nothing else of note happens. There's the ground beneath you starts to get more frustrating to walk on from the gently kind of rolling hills and fairly pleasant forest floor of the Wolfwood into the actual tundra, which from experience tries to break your ankles and knees every single time you step. Half of
Feels
the
like
ground when you step, it'll sink like 10 inches because of lichen and everything else, and then you expect that on the next step and it's just a big ass hard clump of dirt and grass that just tries to kill you. And it's really pretty until you have to walk through it, and then it's pretty awful. So it becomes increasingly frustrating throughout the day for all of you. And it definitely seems like there is some snow or inclement weather threatening north of you, but for now, just a pretty chill day of travel, essentially. And
Just for my own reference, how's Lila doing?
how's she doing?
Yeah,
Just like mentally, physically, like
just, mood, upbeat, downbeat,
she's been a bit quiet today. Doesn't seem gloomy or moody or anything. But she occasionally throws out some snarky quips here and there per usual, and shares some laughs, but for the most part just kind of sticks to herself and seems to concentrate on not breaking her ankles.
You have to step with the snow. Remember that. You have to step with the snow.
Well, it's
What is that?
actually not very much snow where you are at the moment.
More ice.
Being
It's like
being springtime. Well, you're not north enough to the point where it's still frozen. There's
It's like
little
the
patches
grass
of
is
snow
frosty.
here and there, but it is actually like
it's a tundra.
the tundra, not the frozen
Yeah.
tundra. But yeah, unless anyone has any super important things to handle throughout the evening, we can fast forward through there because I don't have any plans unless you all intend to make some trouble.
I think we just set up camp. Might as well. Hunk it down for the night.
Okay.
Gather some twigs and such. I want to see if I can make us some snowshoes.
Snowshoes. I mean, it might be a good idea, but
You're gonna. I look at Kalis again. I'm like, you're gonna sink like a stone when we get out there.
I'm gonna stick to the path. I am not going off-road.
We might need to go off road if.
Maybe. But to be honest, isn't it always quicker just to go by the road to the destination?
You know, that's assuming there's a road through the.
Yeah, that's
frozen
assuming there's a
mountains of the
road.
north where there's really nothing.
In my civilized brain, there's a road.
There's
Yeah,
a road
that's fair.
everywhere.
That's fair. Yeah, Volcar, give me a survival check.
Love me
You're
those
pretty good at that.
survival checks.
Yep.
That is a 14 plus 5. That's 19.
19. Yeah, I would say with available extra hands around, you could. I'd say night one you managed to make 3 passable sets of snowshoes, and you feel pretty confident that probably stopping for the next evening you could keep the process going pretty nicely.
I hand a pair to
So-
Kalis. You're definitely gonna need those.
To be honest, I don't think they're gonna do much. I'm wearing a suit of armor. This is not gonna...
It distributes your weight.
There's quite a bit of weight that needs distributing. I'm gonna be
I don't
perfectly
know. Maybe
honest.
stop eating.
Are you calling yourself
Are you
fat?
calling me fat?
You called yourself fat. I didn't say those words.
I'm wearing
Oh my
a
God.
55-pound hunk of metal.
The trouble in
Sir.
paradise.
Oh my goodness, if I have to experience one more moment in which I am considered to be in... Never mind. Never mind.
We're
It's
having
not really a
we're-
hunk of metal. It's more like
I know
Auto
it's a
chain.
disputed... It's chainmail. I understand. It was a figure of speech.
just saying it was a hunk of metal.
I'm putting my thoughts out there.
I'm gonna like whisper to Quilly. Does he actually not think I'm straight, or does he think? Like, does he not know that? I thought I made that very clear that I go one way.
Who knows? I mean, everything's up to suggestion.
I wonder if we can make steam come out of his ears.
I'm sure you will get there one day.
Do I hear any of this? Curious?
I don't know.
I feel like they're not being
it's-
secret about it at
No,
all.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Probably being pretty loud.
Okay.
Probably right in front of you.
I'm not gonna say shit.
Okay. And with that, you all rest for the evening. Everything's all good. And a little bit more
I give the other pair to Milo just because I don't want to see him, because we
Oh,
might
that
lose him in the
That
snow.
won't be his problem. Trust me. You might lose him in the snow completely.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, we might actually lose him in the snow. So I'd like to have him have some small
Oof.
pair of.
Maybe the horse was a good idea.
Well, who'd like to take first watch?
I'm not gonna worry about watches for tonight.
Oh no?
On my end, so if you want to have talks, go for it. I won't stop you, but just to
Damn.
let you know, I have no further plans for the evening. So do what you will with the evening, and we'll fast forward when the time's ready.
Okay, you big oaf. Let's go take first watch.
Right, all right.
See, the pet names aren't helping.
I know.
It's not a pet name. It's a
Go to bed.
What? Wait.
It's like a friendly title.
He's like a little
Big
teapot.
oaf.
Well, I guess I see why he didn't want to keep the horse, because he's just, he's got something else to ride.
Oh my.
Good one, Lila.
Hey, Milo, you want to go shoot some birds with that net? Oh, I think you're muted.
It got out.
About to say that. Let's go do something with this net.
Good, awesome. So, yeah, I don't know if the best friends, if you have a conversation to pursue
I
them
understand
or
it's all a
something?
joke. I understand, but
In the ancient words, my friend, I like taco, not hot dog.
taco, no hot dog. Understand?
We're just joking with you, my friend.
Nah, I understand. Don't worry about it. It's just preferably not in front of like people, like I don't know, like administrators, like people in like a manager position. You know, it's I don't know.
Positions of authority. So
Exactly.
You wish to be respectful for those who have authority over you.
Yeah, it's mainly because I just don't want to come off as It's not that
You don't want to come off in front of people who have authority over you.
No. I don't exactly know how to answer that, but I just wanted to let you know if you have any questions about what we are, ask away.
The hell was that thing that we saw in the dream? The half man, half angel.
I mean, to be honest,
Abaddon?
you have as good an idea as I do. The woman, that beautiful angelic figure. I don't know how to describe her. However, I have seen her before.
And look like Cord.
Well,
Or an aspect of him, at least.
perhaps. I don't know. I wasn't exactly paying attention to him, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I was in a very different state of mind.
I thought I was gonna kill you, so I can definitely see that.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's all right. You got away with your life. It's okay.
To be honest, I think I might have killed you, if we're being perfectly honest. However, neither this nor that. So, if there is anything that you'd like to know about what we are,
Why do the wings only last like a minute?
I don't know. It's quite unfortunate that, right?
I mean, I was like very high up in the air, and then the wings cut out, and I plummeted like a rock.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a graceful fall either. It's
No.
quite like Actually, no. Now that I do say it, it's kind of like when you skip a rock, but you across the ground into a tree.
I think I'm scared of heights. No.
Well, it wasn't too bad. But, I don't know. The only reason I know not so much about it, I've read a few books about what we are, but other than that, I'm not exactly too sure myself. I can only tell you what I've read in books.
Books.
Books, yeah, those things with pages, numbers, and words.
I know. We do have books. We're not savages.
Like the ones that that Quilly has, and I kind of like point over to
I'm probably
to
reading
Quilly if
some.
she's probably reading one.
Or like I fell asleep with it on my face.
All right, I'm not. Just because I come from a wild place does not mean I am a savage. We have books in the
Books
north.
in a cave.
It's a cave the size of a small city. It used to belong to a dragon.
And they have books in that cave.
They have. We are a civilized people. We're not crazy.
I mean, to be honest,
Okay.
I really haven't been out of
All
Vasselheim.
right, I got to admit we are a little crazy. I mean, we live at the top of the world.
That's
trying.
Interesting. Well.
We're more. I will say this: where we're going does remind me of home. I live on a frozen hellscape, is what I'm trying to say.
It makes sense. I was about to say, it's like, I don't know if that's a home I would like to be in at this moment in time.
But it makes strong people.
Yeah. Well, I've only known really one home. The other home I was taken away from, so what can you do?
They took you from your people.
Taken, given, I don't know, it's not exactly clear to me, but one of the two. I was either gifted as tribute or I was taken. I don't quite remember. I was very young.
Incredibly depressing.
It's actually not that depressing. I grew up with a decent childhood. I had some friends that I loved quite dearly.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I don't think I'm ready to say that yet. I'm sorry.
I'm not expecting you to. Those are my we're my closest friends. But yeah, neither here nor there. But if there's anything else you'd like to know about me, feel free. I'm a relatively open book for the most part.
So is the and I like use the light cantrip and my hand glows a little bit.
Mhm.
Is this normal or is this like just?
I mean, as normal as we are, I guess. And then I'll kind of like do the same thing, like light up my hand, like a bright, radiant light.
Maybe we should put down the lights and not attract attention.
Maybe you're right.
Sorry,
But,
I can't help but see them as rainbow lights right now.
But
I was imagining E.T.
Oh,
you
God.
go, oh.
Even worse. Oh my god.
But yeah, I guess it's time. It's time for another watch. It's getting to that time. But yeah. Whether on the road you'd like to ask me any questions, anything that you think of, let me know. Let me be your quasi-celestial, like, mentor. Whether that's a thing.
That's not a thing. That will never be a thing.
Probably not, but... You know. Whatever.
How many of us are there? Is there a nation
Yeah.
of
No.
Azimar? Or are we just a random occurrence?
I have no idea. I've met a few such as myself in the Order, and then throughout some of Vasselheim, but other than that, no, we're not exactly the most common people, but we're not the least common. If that's what you're trying to get at. But yeah, and then I'm kind of gonna tap Milo awake. Oh wait, no, is he here? Did he come back from from catching anything? Shit.
Well, he caught himself in the net shooting birds, and he hasn't been back since. So
Oh shit.
actually, I think a big bird carried the net off with him in it. Yeah, so
damn.
you won't be seeing him again.
Yeah, it's canon.
Well,
now.
Yeah.
Well, since you're up, how about you take next watch?
Yeah, I got it.
No.
Alright.
Before I
anyone else
head to
have
bed,
any-
I'm gonna write a
Oh.
little bit in my my prayer book,
Okay.
and I'm off to bed.
You gonna share with the class? What are you writing? I'm kidding.
Not writing
Your
shit.
diary.
um, any other dramatic evening time conversing?
Before I go to sleep, I'm gonna do my rituals and bring out my little bowl that I throw my runes into to augur, to ritual
Okay.
cast augur, and see if battle is in our future.
I mean, considering it's like in like the near future, it's like
What I'm saying is, are we heading in the right direction towards
heading
what
in
we
the right
need to?
direction. Okay. You receive wheel.
I think
Those
we're on-
who are listening and might not know what that means, that's good results.
we're definitely going the right way if we're going to definitely save the universe.
I don't think I'm at all ready to save the universe at this point. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Oh, I'm definitely ready. I'm definitely
Who's
ready.
saving the universe? We're barely saving ourselves.
What's a universe?
This moment has a point.
But okay, so with that, the night passes.
Wait, I wanted you to do one.
Oh, okay, go for it. Go for it.
I did want to do one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Milo's Escapades. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I mean, they got their own thing. They were thinking, you know, I got caught by a bird and whatever. But this is what really happened. Here we go. So I wanted to look for a tree that I can hang upside down on. And then I'm telling Lila to like move over there so I can shoot it at her while upside down.
Okay.
And see, trying to catch her with the net.
Sure. How far away do you want her to be? Like within the 30 foot?
Yeah.
Okay. So
About
give
like
me an
half,
acrobatics.
like
Okay, acrobatics check. By the way, the precedent you're setting is that every night you have to come up with some more insane trick shot.
Yeah.
So...
If I don't use it during the day, we're doing something right before we go to bed.
Tomorrow, 360 no scope. Absolutely nailed.
We're just trying to see if I can, you know, do something backwards and like accurately do something. So,
acrobatics check? What'd you get?
21.
21. Yeah, okay. And then go ahead and roll an attack with it. Because of your 21, you don't have disadvantage on this, so...
Every single night, the DC increases by 1.
That's a 7.
While we're watching this, I'm like, three copper. He gets himself trapped.
So, a 7, not that great. You put more effort into maintaining hanging from the branch than you do on actually shooting, and you kind of are like half laughing to yourself, and as you hold it up, you just shoot, and it hits the ground like 5 feet in front of you.
Well, it was worth a try. There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, hey, anytime you want to shoot me with the net, let me know. I guess this is a thing, so I'm cool with it.
Sounds good. That was it.
Okay. And as Milo's escapade draws to a close, are there any other nighttime shenanigans? Okay.
Not for tonight.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
not for tonight. So morning comes to you. Quilly, you wake up with a drool-covered book on your face. All the other usual things. Derek, you actually wake up to Dell's voice coming from the stone. Hi,
Goddamn
Derek.
time zones.
Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm glad you're. Wait, no, give it back! Come on! And it's kind of the same thing as yesterday. It proceeds. He's trying his best.
That was a message.
That's pretty much the rest of the message is just he and probably the same child or children from the prior day kind of struggling over it before it cuts off.
Okay, and okay, I reply. Who keeps taking the stone from you? Are you guys like using it to play hot potato or something? And then I just like looked at everyone, like whisper, "How did Zalana get it last time?" I mean, she didn't sound pissed, but like how's she doing? How's everyone doing? Like, yeah, I assume it cuts off. I wasn't keeping track. I assume it cuts off like there.
Okay.
I'm making sure no one else heard that.
That's fair. I assume they're all busy waking up in the morning. As you set out for travel after doing your morning preparations, someone else roll me a d20.
I will.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
There we go.
go ahead.
Like glow in the dark dice.
Roll a dragon.
Okay. Not a dragon, but I wrote 11.
Okay. You set out in the morning. It's definitely colder today. Definitely feels like snow is inbound. But at the moment, Nothing actively coming down from the sky. And about 6.5 hours into your travel, still heading not straight north, but kind of a little bit northwest over toward the camp. Derek, you see maybe 300 feet in front of you down this kind of large, gentle, sloping hill, a cottage. Just a small little wooden building. It's like a little home. There is some smoke coming out from a small chimney on the back of it. You can see that there's like some tanning racks with some hides set up outside. And there's a few like 5 or 6 foot tall, like, you know when people like stack rocks up?
Cairn.
Kind of, yeah, cairns. Kind of like cairns, but like some of them are like standing, like some of the individual rocks are like placed in angles and directions that don't really quite physically make sense. Maybe like sculptures or something. And that is what you see for now. It's a set about 300 feet out.
I see any smoke coming out, or?
Yeah, there's some smoke coming out of the chimney.
You mean like in a Nookshuk kind of? If anyone knows what that is.
I know what that is. Essentially just like a little, just like log cabin. It's kind of what it is.
And it's intact. It's not like.
It's intact. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's smoke coming out of the chimney.
Wonder if they've seen anything about the nose.
Certainly
Wait, so we all know this? Let's go.
Yeah, I pointed it out. It's
I'm-
also kind of hard to
oh.
miss.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm running to this cabin.
Oh my.
Nope,
Someone
run.
stop him. Someone
Nope,
stop
I
him.
try
before
to
he-
grab
Lila
Milo.
try and
grab him by the collar.
I mean, Milo, if you're really intent on running, we can have some contested rolls for this, but if you're gonna let him grab you, then that's fine.
I'll let him grab me this time.
Okay.
Okay, this time.
Calm down. We'll
Hold
go
your
together.
horses. Let's go together. I don't know what he's thinking if he sees like a halfling and 5 other people coming after him.
I'm gonna hand him the Volcar. Just gonna pass him over.
Anybody
Is this
knocking
going to
on the
become a
door?
thing?
Well, Paladin, I think it'd be best if you did.
I'll just
Well,
knock
as
on the
you
door.
approach, as you're
Oh.
kind of stepping up to the door, you notice on the ground, around the outside of it, maybe about 10 feet away from the building itself, going around the perimeter of it in a circle, is a circle made of like almost like moss and lichen, but it's weirdly defined and straight, and it is the sort of like almost beige color, as opposed to the kind of pale greens of a lot of the rest of stuff, and it kind of forms just about a perfect circle around the outside of it. It just looks like it's lichen. You can see that there is some candlelight coming from inside. You can see there's a couple small windows that are covered with some kind of cloth, but you can see that there is candlelight, and there's some kind of like earthy, almost like herbal scents coming from within the building as well. And on the door is a little parchment that's just kind of nailed onto it.
What does it
And
say?
I will send what it says in the journal, and I will also read it. Or actually, you can read it for our listeners.
Okay. Huh. Out in search of supplies will return in a couple days. Feel free to warm up inside and have some tea. This is oddly
That's
Specific?
kind. Yeah, that's the word I would say.
Yeah. Just offering
If
to-
anyone would be so kind as to assist me in procuring some items, I would pay quite well. Interesting. I'm in need of 2 ogre tongues, at least 5 pounds of beholden mushrooms, including a small drawing of a mushroom with a long stalk and an eye-like fungal head at the top, one unicorn horn, a harpy, any salvageable bits or pieces, and then one hag's hand. Other bits are useful as well.
That's quite the shopping list.
Yeah.
That's a shopping list, so let's see what's inside.
This is someone's house.
I mean, I would love a warm tea, to be perfectly
So
honest.
warm up
It is
inside
quite
and have some tea.
frigid.
Like
It's
an
quite
invite
frigid.
to me.
My
I
lady
guess I'll
says,
just, like, open up the door.
Why don't you knock first?
He did.
Just did.
I mean...
also,
apparently
the
Um,
such a
note
thought.
said, feel free to warm up inside and have some tea.
Yeah, I'd love some tea, to be honest.
I'm going
Sorry,
inside.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay. As you open the door, kind of creaks a little bit and reveals a nice, cozy interior. There's a simple table off on the right side with some simple wooden chairs. Small bookshelf that looks pretty empty. There's a bedroll on the ground next to the fireplace, which is currently lit. There's some like spices and cooking supplies around. On the table, you can see is a small notebook that is looks like it's used for like pressing flowers and other things. That's actually open right now, and you can see some of the contents. And a steaming teapot and about a dozen finely made teacups in a variety of sizes. Yeah.
Willie?
And there's some there's a long shelf on the wall that has a
Where we
few
are.
interesting items on there. There's like a little planter box that has some mushrooms in it. There's what looks like a flute, and some other things up there. And that is what you see.
Alright. Yes, I will update Merca that we left Sinclair, and that we just stumbled upon this cabin
This
on our
lovely
way
cabin.
to... Yep.
Okay.
I'm
No
gonna get
no
me
immediate
some
response
tea.
from him.
I would like to just can I inspect the tea just to see what herbs made it?
Oh, can I ritual cast detect poison and or disease over the
While they're
tea?
doing that, I'm just gonna start pouring the tea in.
I would wait like 10 minutes.
I'm gonna head outside and just kind of look around, make sure it's safe.
Okay. Yeah, Volcar, you could certainly ritual cast that. Milo, if you want to just go ahead and drink it before he's done, you can. You tell me.
If I see Milo drink it, I'll drink it.
I'm drinking it.
Okay.
I'll join him.
So as Quilly and Volcar begin preparing to take a look and see if, everything's up to snuff, Milo just grabs the teapot, pours it in a little halfling-sized teacup, and as in size for a halfling, not the size of a halfling. I couldn't get that image out of my head as I said that, so yikes. It is quite good. You're not really able to place what exactly, what type of tea it is. But it's subtle, it's very earthy, kind of almost like a flat, I don't know, overall feel to it, but in a nice way. And Theron, walking outside, is there anything in particular you're looking for, or just general perceptiveness?
Yeah, just make sure everything's kind of in the ordinary. Nothing like waiting to ambush us when we're in the house or anything like that.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Where's my fucking jade? My perception? 19.
Yep. 19. Doesn't seem to be anything alive around here that's gonna, ambush you or hop out. Doesn't look like there's any weird hidden stuff around. The cairns are bizarre. They sort of remind you of maybe some stuff that you would see in the Feywild, actually. Not like there's no like markings or anything distinct on them, but just looking at it, you're like, it's like just weird enough that it feels sort of reminiscent. And
Right.
back inside, Milo and Kalis drinking the tea.
It's good tea.
Anyone
And I'll
else?
head back inside and join them.
I agree. That was some good tea.
Yeah, feel all
I just
warm
want to
and fuzzy
inspect
now.
like around the inside because I'm very
Has my
hesitant to-
detect poison gone off yet?
Yes, I would say about another minute or so until it does, but when it does, doesn't seem to be any kind of poison inside the tea. One of the mushroom types that's growing up on the planter on the shelf on the wall does seem poisonous, but that's the only thing in here that is, pinging.
Milo, don't touch the mushrooms. I'm just imagining Miles reaching towards one.
I'm not gonna lie, mushrooms are not really my thing, so
You're among friends. You don't have to lie.
It's okay. What
I'm
time is
gonna
it?
Throw up a magic awareness.
Time is around like 4 p.m. And magic awareness. Sort of similar actually to what you had gotten from way back with our dear friend Sweetie back when he was still weird and ugly. You get this just like slight like buzzing of fey magic just kind of from the whole thing, the whole
Everywhere.
situation. Yeah.
Well,
This place stinks of Fae. I don't trust it.
And then you see 2 scrolls on the bookshelf that are very, very much magical. And let me double check a thing before I add to that. Come on. What is going on? Sorry, my computer is rebelling. One of them is definitely illusory in nature. And if this wants to load so I don't tell you the wrong thing. There we go. And the other one is transmutation.
Can I pick those up?
Certainly.
I just like look at them. I don't
Yeah.
want to take them.
They have just runes and kind of arcane symbols scrawled all over them. At a glance, not sure what they mean, but they seem to be scrolls with spells in them.
Can I try to identify what spells they are?
Certainly. How would you like to do so?
Oh. I already crafted 2 scrolls, so I already know what to look for.
That is true, but knowing the exact spell would require knowing that spell. So are you just trying to like do it with Arcana and just take a look at it? Okay. Let me double check. Yeah, at a glance, you don't recognize either of them as things that you have worked with before. If you took some time and sat down with them, you might be able to figure it out, but just looking at them, they don't seem familiar to you.
Okay.
All yours.
Well,
And by some
I'm
time,
not
I mean
sure.
like probably a couple hours at least.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we kind of rude to take them. Like,
I mean, to be fair, this place is fairly sketchy. I mean, what kind of person needs a unicorn's horn for what even?
I think a magic user lives here.
Yeah, it's a common magic
Is there any
item.
blank paper that I can write on?
Yeah, there is. There's actually some blank parchments over on the bookshelf. Though there is not an obvious implement to write with.
Right,
So-
wait. Yeah, that's what I think.
if you have something on you to use, then you can do so. And to be fair, it's probably reasonable to assume someone in the group would have something to write with,
Yeah.
considering how you've been communicating with Mirka. So yeah,
Yeah.
you could write a message if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the scrolls back on the shelf.
I want to thank you for the tea. As we leave, if we're leaving, that's what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You're kind of cutting out a bit.
He wants to thank you for the tea.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome
Okay.
back.
Better. I wanted to write thank you for the tea.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do so.
Awesome.
And-
And put dash Milo in big letters.
Copy.
In like block letters, like that would a kid like right in.
Like a crayon, like crayon.
Yeah.
Think of a crayon.
Well,
I don't
I mean-
know what else you guys want to do here, but
Yeah.
I was just here for the tea, just a bit of warming up
Yeah.
before we get back on the road.
You can always come back here on the way
Keep an
back.
eye out for any
I
of
mean,
those
keep an eye out for the ingredients.
ingredients.
I'm always down to
Mhm.
to do a bit of side activities.
As much
Yeah,
as I would,
let's just-
I think we should continue north because we have a mission and it's
I
of
agree.
vital
I
importance
know.
to the survival of the city. But
Yeah.
if we happen to cut off a hag's hand or come across a
Ogre
unicorn horn,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not say for later?
They said the magic
Actually-
words.
Actually,
I
Cooley,
pay well.
any of those books mention beholden mushrooms?
I'll take a look through them.
Cool. Did you get all
Actually-
of them? Am I remembering that right? Did you just get the whole
Every
the whole
single
series
book.
of them?
Oh yeah, I did buy all of them.
Okay. Yes, easy enough to find. Forgetting their names off the top of my head, so I don't remember which specific book it would be in, but yes, they are mentioned. They typically grow around the muck and the burn area, which is way south of where you are right now. And sometimes actually in the Phaland as well, kind of those three spots. And they are named that because they kind of vaguely look like the eye of a beholder. But they
Definitely
are
find any-
used for some medicinal purposes, a lot of arcane things. Occasionally seems like they have been used for cooking, even though they're not excellent for it. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, to be honest, I only know one place I could get a unicorn horn, and that is a person in which I do not exactly want to come across right now, so
Fair enough.
yeah. But I guess shall we continue onto that
Yeah.
village?
and we're off.
Yeah.
And we're off. There we go.
And
This little sign. Oh, I wanted to put my little note like right underneath his little sign under his door.
okay, got it.
That's it.
Cool. Let's go ahead and take our break there. We're about an hour and a half in, so we will be back in 15 minutes. Oh, look at that. We're live again. Cool. So, gonna be honest, I don't have any fancy travel plans for this. So stop me if you want to. This is not a travel segment that I feel like making take a lot of time. So essentially, you got another just about 2 days of walking through the tundra. And aside from the usual wildlife that you would see, quiet. Weirdly quiet. And
no animals or anything?
There are some, you know, they're around, but there's no gnolls, there's no anything that tries to threaten you or really, you know, makes the trip exciting. It's just the usual critters about, but updates from Mirka are actually pretty slim. Seems that the gnoll attacks are not happening at the moment. The last couple of days has been very quiet on that front as well. Even over at Fletcher's Eye, they haven't had anything. Checked in with Drakenheim, which is a bit north of the city, and they've been unharried, which Mirka says is actually kind of concerning that things have suddenly gotten so quiet, but, you know, unfortunately, until something else happens, this is what the plan is going to be. So, after another 2 boring days of travel, you are nearing where the camp is. I would say you're about a quarter mile out, and, you know, it's the tundra, it's fairly open, and you can see where it is. It is maybe like 15 minutes or so of a walk north from the lake, and it's tiny, definitely smaller than Sinclair. You can see there is one of the larger canvas tents that is still mostly standing. The rest, which you're not sure how many there were, you can see from where you are that there is some scorch marks and some kind of torn up earth around, and some tatters of other tents and materials that I've kind of blown around a bit and seem like the wind has scattered them. And there you have it. So if there's anything specific I should know about your approach, let me know.
No signs of people or battle?
As you're from where you're looking, it's kind of hard to tell. You would probably have to get closer to it, but the general vibe of the area that you're looking at seems that, yeah, there was probably some kind of battle here. At the very least, whatever bit of camp was here is pretty destroyed. So, yeah.
Are we
Let's investigate.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Yeah.
Okay. As you all approach closer to it, you do definitely see that there is some dried blood, some little bits of gore here and there. Not as bad as some of the previous scenes that you have found from this whole gnoll situation. And there is, in fact, you see a small, not really a pile, it kind of looks like they might have just fallen on top of each other. 3 gnolls, fairly normal looking ones who are dead. There is a dragonborn, female dragonborn, who is most certainly also dead, and at a first glance you also see a female elf, who are both dressed what you would expect hunters to be wearing.
Dead?
But they're both dead. And there are some of the other tents that have collapsed, and there might be more stuff underneath them or whatnot, but kind of out in the open, this is what you see. And Theron, you definitely pick up that there are some tracks, null tracks, heading north from here as well. Not nearly as big as the first group that you had seen heading north. Looks like maybe 5. But yeah, that's the immediate scene before you.
We should look around the camp for any.
Can I go?
Maybe of use.
Can I go check the big tent, the one that's still standing?
Sure.
Really? Can you tell Mirka
Yeah,
what's
I'll
happening?
write to Mirka what we just found.
Okay.
Looks like the gnolls
Okay.
probably made their way through here too.
I just go peek in the big tent, like, hello, anyone alive?
There's no response. You see there is a gnome and 2 more dead gnolls.
In the tent?
Yeah, inside the tent. And like the tent isn't like perfectly standing, like the one side's kind of coming in a little
Partially
bit.
collapsed.
Yeah, partially. And yeah, you can see that there is probably a similar table with some maps to what Mirka has set up at some point, but it's been knocked over and everything's just kind of thrown all over the place. And Quilly, Mirka writes back, saying that it's unfortunate, and that is what they had feared. And then, requests that you take a thorough look around and see if anything important comes up.
Right.
Well, I'm yelling, is anyone here? And just listening.
Okay.
No? Nothing?
Silent. Nothing.
I'm gonna try and uncover the collapsed tents. See what's
Okay.
under there.
That gnome inside the main tent.
Yep.
Does he have anything on him, like papers, books, or any notebooks?
Not like anything that he seems to have like had in his bag or anything that you can tell. There are some that are physically on him from the table that has kind of, been thrown. It's yeah, really just looks like what you would expect to find. Just maps, some notes of kind of how they were intending to go scouting and kind of plans for getting things more established and things of that nature. Go ahead and give me give me an investigation check.
Oh boy. Okay, that's decent. 15.
15. As you're kind of looking around, you see one of the gnolls is actually kind of like has been impaled and is kind of almost on top of the gnome. And as you walk over, you notice that it's kind of like decrepit and thin, almost like sickly looking. And on the back of it is a symbol that looks like part of it was almost branded and the other part was kind of like just like carved in. And it's like 2 like rhombuses or rhomboids, I guess, that are side by side with kind of the innermost tips touching. And there's this spiral that kind of starts on the center of them and just kind of wraps its way around. And yeah, that's
Does
just kind
that
of
symbol
carved
look
into the back of it.
Familiar to anyone?
And I say, I wanted to go into the tent with them. Can I look through my books to see if I see anything like that symbol?
Sure. That would be investigation from Quilly. And Volcar, give me a Volkar and Derek both give me history or religion.
History or religion?
15.
19.
16.
Okay. Quilly, as you're looking, doesn't seem to be quite the right sort of books to have this kind of symbol in there, as they're more about the wildlife and, the flora and fauna around. And you don't recognize the symbol from having been reading those for the last, week or so. Seems weird. None of you can place the symbol.
Really, can you etch that in our book and to Mirka? See if Mirka knows that symbol.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll tell Mirka that we found the symbol branded on a knoll, a skinny looking knoll, and I'll try to draw my best representation of it.
Okay.
Does the other knoll have a symbol too?
Yes, it does.
Is it the same one?
Yep.
Is it looking like skinny and malnourished too?
Yeah,
this
relatively.
This could be like a clan mark or something like that.
Yeah, they're very skinny. Wonder
Yeah,
how long have they been traveling?
we haven't been eating.
Yeah.
While all this is going on, by the way, I'm just looking throughout the camp for anything of value that we could use. Anything practical.
Yeah, I'm just following Kalis around, just like right behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
15.
15.
I got a 9.
9, okay. There are... there's a few weapons around, some that look like they were probably used by gnolls, some that probably weren't. All of them are quite bloody and kind of battered. The corpses might have some things of value on them. You're not really sure unless you want to go digging around in there. There is, under one of the tents, you do find 300 gold. You find 4 more health potions. And what looks like a stash of some of the tracking stones that you all have.
Yeah, so we can just say we didn't find anything.
No. I mean, it's probably best that we share this with the rest of them. Yeah. We might,
Sure, I guess.
these potions, you never know. You could be saving your ass, if anything.
That will always be true. Everyone will be saving my ass. What do you mean?
Yeah, like that first time you met, huh?
Of
All we did
course.
was save your ass. So was it 300 gold pieces, 4 health potions, sending stones?
Yeah,
Tracking stones.
that's really about it. That's in
That's
there. The tracking stones, not sending stones.
Oh yeah, there's tracking stones.
Quilly, your response comes back from Mirka, and he says he doesn't recognize it, but he will put some people on looking into it.
That's good. I think I would like to just look at any tracks that are probably leading out of the village.
Okay. Easy enough to do with Theron already having picked up on them and them not being very subtle. Seems that a few gnolls did make it out of this, and continue on north. And it doesn't seem to be any other humanoid prince around, beyond the immediate vicinity of the camp, so.
Shall we keep going north?
Onward. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I think we have to.
There's nothing
Alright.
really else. I mean, Who knows
what time
what this branding means?
When or where did the that path of gnolls that was kind of that left this area? Where was
Heading
it
north
going?
like the rest of them.
It's just heading north.
From what I can understand, what I can guess, they probably stayed to snack a little from the
Yeah.
rest.
That's disturbing. Okay.
I mean, they're all quite skinny.
I
Looks
am
like
going to
they're
let them know
breaking
about
their
what I
nature.
found. I'm gonna let
I
all
ha-
of you know what I found. 300 gold pieces, 4 potions, and how many tracking stones was it roughly?
There were 9 of them.
9. Okay, 9 tracking stones. So, whoever would like to divvy up that those potions, feel free. And I think it would just be quite peachy if we divvied up that gold equally amongst 7. Unless Lila just doesn't care for money.
What do you fucking think I am? Give me some of that shit.
Okay, perfect. So,
Hey, let's take a look at this branding. Does it look religious in nature?
swell.
Does it
Let's
spark
find
joy?
out.
Each
Okay,
get
let's-
42 gold and some change.
Yeah, 43 gold. Okay. So do you want me to roll for if I recognize the?
Give me religion or history.
Yeah, no, it's like a. What is it? 3 plus 2, 5.
No clue.
Yeah.
Well, I sent it to Mecca, so maybe he'll have an answer.
That's a good idea.
Onward.
I agree with the little man.
Oh, hang on. How many people did they send up here?
He did not tell you exactly, but he said it was just a small handful.
So
This might be the entire group that was sent to colonize, or to, set up an outpost. So
yeah. And what time of day is it?
It's probably like, let's see, 9:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Fairly early.
Yeah. So you said that was like 2 days north from Sinclair that we just went.
It was actually
Yeah.
4 days total.
4 days.
Yeah.
So let's say that gives us another 3 days to get basically where we want to go. Was it a week?
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
Thunderhead?
off your estimate, it's probably, because you did go a bit west, it's probably another 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
Well,
We have
if we
to
want
push
to get any recon done, we should probably get going as soon as possible.
And I'll continue to keep Mecca updated that we're
Yeah.
leaving.
Perfect.
Let us continue.
Have we buried
So-
the hunters? Or
I mean, we
taken like their
can.
tags? Like an identifier?
Camp Sinclair can send somebody, I'm sure.
Well, they're
They know
not
they're
exactly in the position to send anyone at the moment, so
You'd be losing a lot of time burying
we
Like-
would
graves.
be.
Tegan
Not
said-
even burying, just taking like a something to give to the families or
Well, he's looking for a memento.
mementos.
essentially. Yeah. I mean,
You could take a memento if you want. I'm sure they'll come back one way or another. Tegan just said that the bodies aren't exactly priority right now.
Plus
unfortunate.
Sinclair-
It's,
and
it's
that's
unfortunate,
Sinclair.
but
Much as I could send people.
I
I
say
think
a
we-
few words and like under my breath, like a prayer over the bodies, and move along.
Okay.
Let's go. Freezer adds us off.
so yes, bloody
Just like
cold.
Not like my home at all.
Yeah, you seem quite cold.
It's fucking freezing.
Should have brought more
I'm
pelts.
wearing a crop top.
That seems much like a you problem. That you haven't found any suitable attire
I
to
don't think
acclimate.
I don't think Quilly's ever even like seen snow.
Well, you're in for a treat then.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
snow's kind of a new thing for you.
Away we go.
Okay, continuing north. Again, just skipping the boring travel bits for now. You push on, heading further north. After about 2.5 more days of travel, finding yourselves starting to leave the tundra area and definitely getting into the it's probably just snow here for most of the year, if not all of the year. And it starts to get much colder. You start to climb a little bit in elevation, but it's still mostly pretty open. And the cold might become a bit of a problem, just through extended exposure, even with the warmer clothing, which will certainly help you. But if it keeps on as it is, and looking at the weather ahead of you, the next day or two is probably going to be fairly rough.
To find shelter out of the storm, out of the cold.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Who is going to, who would lead? I would say probably for that evening, trying to find shelter out of the cold, because it's pretty open around you. Might be kind of hard to find something, but if you want to do so.
Is there like a snowbank or anything like where a lot of it has piled up?
Give me a, I guess, just be survival check for you.
So that's 12 plus 17.
17.
God, I love that +5 to survival.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it turns out you're pretty good at this. Yeah, there is a pretty suitable spot that you could spend the evening.
I would like to dig an ice cave for us. I don't know if you've ever seen. It can be packed. You can pack snow into such a way it's not like an igloo almost.
Yeah. Yeah, Volcar would definitely know how to do that. Yeah, it'll take a bit of time, but you could certainly do so and kind of tuck in for the evening and avoid any of the maybe early onsets.
Body heat. We gotta be really close together. Share body heat.
And essentially, that does make a big difference. Actually, the night is much more comfortable than you suspect it would otherwise be. And
God, I watched that Alaskan TV show on Discovery Channel last night.
Yeah, it pays off. Day 3, kind of more of the same, starting to get kind of up into the mountains more. I would say, just for the sake of brevity, Volcar, go ahead and just give me another roll, trying to find somewhere to do kind of a similar thing for the night, hopefully avoid some of the effects of the cold. If I can get another roll from you.
Me?
Yeah.
That's an 18 plus. It's a survival?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, 23. Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones cut out for a second.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, it turns out Volcar is still pretty good at this second time around. Fortunately, between that and the warm clothing...
I live in a frozen hellscape. This is nothing.
Yep.
This is barbecue weather.
Staving off the negative effects of the cold. And on day 4, just maybe 3 hours into travel, you kind of come up to the top of a ridge. Not anything super high. You're not like really in the mountains yet. You're kind of just starting to get to the edge of where it becomes like, oh shit, this is a whole chain of mountains. And it has just recently begun heavily snowing. Seems that the storm that has been kind of building up finally releases, and it's coming into moments of pretty much full whiteout with some of the wind just for a few seconds at a time, and then it'll die back a bit, but it is incredibly cold. It's starting to get kind of extra slick and slippery around.
Does it seem unnatural, this storm? Can I tell?
No, it seems normal. It's not uncommon for springtime to bring some warmer air, and then that and the existing colder air kind of, do their thing, and there can be some crazy storms that hit pretty late in spring. And what you see as you get to the top of this ridge is maybe, I don't know, a mile in front of you is a massive ravine. Just icy. You can't, from where you are, see the bottom of it, but it looks quite deep. And the sides of it look pretty jagged and awful, and you can only imagine what the bottom of it looks like. There is, let's see, Theron. And, I'll say Theron and Volkar, give me perception checks, please.
6.
Perception?
Yep.
15.
15, okay. Being pretty used to the wind and, the general snowy climates, you are actually able to make out a bit of what seems to be Fort Thunderhead. Can't really make out any details from how far you are at the moment, but you can see this big stone fortress across the ravine from you that is kind of backed up into the side of the mountain, and it looks like it might actually proceed inside of it. It's hard to tell exactly what kind of condition the building is in, but it doesn't look great. There are what you think were probably 3 towers, kind of like circular, probably like, watchtowers. One is completely crumbled in, the whole right side of the building from where you're looking at. The whole fortress is pretty much gone. Just crumbled and frozen into the wasteland around it. And there is, in front of it, across the ravine, is one single large wooden bridge that is mostly kind of frozen over. The left side of the bridge has not really much support or anything to hold on to anymore. Looks like it was probably there at one point, and you can see ropes kind of dangling off of it, and it looks like some sections of the bridge itself have actually just been kind of smashed through and are kind of just frozen and jagged and sticking out the bottom, if not just actual holes in it. And if you had to take a guess, the ravine, and therefore the bridge, is probably about 120 feet across. And the bridge essentially kind of leads not directly to the front of the fortress, but pretty close to it. And you don't see any gnolls.
So we can't see like anything on the watchtower. Is the bridge the only way across that we can see?
Yeah. That is the only way across that you see.
Not much of a fort, is it?
Volkar, you kind of get a couple flashing images in your head of the visions that you have gotten before, where there used to be more larger bridges crossing it and the fortress kind of in its glory and all that, and this definitely seems like it is the right area. But the one solitary bridge and the fortress both look like shit.
To be so much more.
I never
Well,
understood the
roughly.
naming conventions anyways. Why did they name it a fort? It's obviously bigger than a fort.
It's a fortress.
I understand that, but why do they have to shorten it to fort? Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Because people are lazy?
True.
How about we try to figure out how do we scout the place out without being seen? Because that bridge is going to be a problem.
I'd rather not cross that bridge because that is a very open...
Yeah.
It's an open
Beautiful.
position, yeah.
I'm gonna write to Mirka that we reached the fort.
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead. Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can like meditate, pray to Cord, see if is there any way that that only someone who was a worshiper of Cord would know into the fortress to cross this chasm. Just a secret tunnel, anything. Just try and find a connection.
Quilly, as you write to Mirka, he responds quickly this time and says, "Stay safe. If it's too serious to get close, don't bother. We just need to see what's going on as much as we can."
All right.
Volkar, as you sit off to the side, trying your best to concentrate, meditate, glean any kind of answer or connection. Nothing.
We can get closer.
I would say at least get closer to the bridge.
If we want to do it a certain way, we can send maybe our most incognito member, and then
As we all turn to Milo.
Remember how
I
we
can-
just said we weren't gonna let him die?
I can
that's
accompany
me.
him.
Okay. So
I
how
can-
close to the
sure.
bridge do you all want to get?
I'll get right up next to the bridge.
We don't know if anything could see us that we can't see.
Clarence, how far can you shoot an arrow?
Pretty far.
How much rope do we have?
Oh, Jesus.
It's like episode 1.
I assume
I
we're
think
going
we
out.
I think I still have mine, so it's 50 feet.
I have 50 feet.
We all have 50 feet.
I don't know if I took my rope back from our very first.
I'm pretty sure we untied it and took it with
Yeah.
us.
Did
Yeah.
we?
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure we
Mega
we-
rope
yeah.
was
I think
taken
it's
with
implied.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
fine.
suppose we could attach a rope to an arrow and find a purchase and swing across,
You'd
And
like to
that's safer
swing
than the bridge.
across.
or just under
Yeah,
find
I
a
was-
path underneath.
I was about to say, I
Yeah.
think maybe more of like a zip line would be.
That too.
Most of these forts usually have a secret way out so that the defenders can slip out if it's, undefendable.
No,
Try
we
and
were
do
we,
that.
One way.
we're more of the die where you're standing kind of people.
Practical.
Hence the condition of the fort.
Yeah.
Hence why there's not many of us, and
Well, we should get a little closer. Me and Milo can do some scouting.
Have your people learned like live another day, fight another day?
I don't think they have, but teach
great
them.
training. You should write that down.
Let's go walk
Now
around.
for victory later.
Well, let's look for
Thus,
a
A new
let's look
branch
for a
of,
better spawn.
Cordyism is born. The don't be a dumb shit.
Okay, so as you move closer to the bridge, are you trying to be quiet? How are you going about this?
Yeah. I want to be stealthy.
On the other, can we see the other side of the bridge? Like, not on the fort side, but the other side.
Well, you are currently on the other side.
But is there any is the entrance to that bridge visible from where we're at?
Yeah, between the heavy gusts of wind and snow, you can see it. There doesn't seem to be any further structure.
No guardhouses or
anything.
okay, got it. Okay.
No, not at the moment. Yeah. So everyone who's trying to maintain some semblance of stealth, let's get some checks.
Alrighty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hope I roll higher than a 2 because that perception.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Theron and Milo.
Doesn't work for checks.
Yeah, that's a guidance thing.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So,
Well, that's okay. I
I'll
got
assume you
a
didn't cast it then.
yeah. 22.
trying to help.
I got a 15.
I got a 14.
I got a rock.
Great. Kalis.
I got a.
Yep.
Feeling the natural one here.
Yep. And it's with disadvantage, so it's literally the worst it can be.
Good.
The first roll was a 1, so I didn't even bother rolling it again. Screw it.
As you're all kind of...
And I rolled 2 natural ones. Wonderful.
Get him out of your system.
I'm impressed.
Jesus.
I'm impressed.
Karma
That
for
natural
those
20 at the beginning of the session screwed me.
Yep, you shouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have.
You need to cover
You
your
didn't even
shining
take-
armor.
Yeah. Pushing your way down the snow-covered mountainside, you're moving pretty slowly, trying to keep low. I mean, it's also just hard to see, and the ground's pretty slick, to say the very least. You're about 150 feet away from the bridge when Kalis, you thought the ground was there, and it really wasn't.
No,
your feet just come out from under you. You just fall on your ass. Fortunately, it's snow, so it's not super loud, but you do hit the ground and then kind of just slide down like 20-ish feet on your on your ass before you finally come to a stop.
I'm okay.
The
I'm not
light
dead.
just hits his armor at the right angle and alerts the whole fort.
And then immediately as Kalis tries to say, I'm okay, there's just a huge gust of wind. He just gets a nose and mouth full of snow, and his voice just disappears into the wind.
Is he alive? Do I know that? Look at the. Is he alive? All right,
he's alive. He just kind of slid down the side of the mountain a bit.
I think the only thing
made
that's
some
hurt is
noise.
his pride.
Yeah. It's not the first time.
And with you all not too far away from the bridge, you have seen definite signs of gnolls around. Definitely footprints and things that are quickly kind of getting covered over by the heavy snow coming down. Hard to tell how old they are without stopping and taking a few minutes to maybe glean that. And aside from the howling of the wind, kind of tearing through the ravine below you, it is quiet. You have seen no gnolls, you have seen no movements.
How long's the bridge?
About 120 feet across.
And how clear of a day is it? Is it pretty clear?
Clear of a day? Well, it's a snowstorm, so
Like, okay, so it's
it's bad.
Pretty low. Okay,
visibility is
that
very
helps.
low. Yes, it's
Okay,
it's
good.
pretty rough, but definitely from here you can all see through the snow this large fortress. Looks like probably around 100 feet at the upper parts of it, and not really sure how far it might go back into the mountain, or if it is some kind of trick and it doesn't actually. It's very difficult to tell. There's lots of ice all over it, especially the broken bits. And
Well, the low visibility will help us sneak up to the fort.
Yeah.
So I think we could actually do it as a group.
Okay. Just be careful though. Whatever's in there, I don't think just the 7 of us could handle it.
No, probably not. But
We need to get
Can't
eyes on it. We need to
Exactly.
identify it.
It's just a recon mission. gain as much information as we can.
We'll get to the other side of the bridge, and then we'll decide whether we want to
Continue
check
on.
out the fort or not. Exactly.
At that moment, there's this low
Down.
this low, almost hollow bell-like sound kind of just comes spilling out from the fortress, just barely making it to most of your ears through the wind and the snow.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they know we're here, right?
No, that
That's...
alarm would be much louder and
This was
more frequent if
that's
they
a
knew we were here.
I don't think that's an alarm. That sounds like a signal.
Yeah.
Exactly. They might be gathering.
Or they might be opening
Opening what?
the gates. Be a signal that something's coming.
Turn towards the gates. Are they opening?
Give me a perception check.
Can I look as well?
Sure.
I bet.
Okay, it's not 2, so thank God. 18.
18. Kalis, I assume you're not higher than 18 by that look on your face.
Another natural one.
Darren, what do you see with your elf eyes?
Um,
The ticket that North
There.
Isengard.
as you look at the front of it, you can see that there is, weirdly not like a gate like you would expect. There is a big, like, very large, like double doors sort of stone. They look very thick, and the right door looks like it's actually like maybe a third of the way open and frozen, and kind of the bottom portion of it is kind of just like blasted and destroyed. You don't see any movement of the doors or of anything around or emerging from within. Yeah, it's still.
Well, there's no movement on the exterior,
In one
so
place, if they're distracted, this would probably be the best time to move.
yeah. All right.
I'm with
Let's do
that.
it. Get closer.
I guess it's now or never.
Oh boy.
I think we are not going to live forever.
Well, I'd like to live a bit
I'd like
longer.
to make it at least through the
No,
next
no,
hour.
no one got that. Wow. I'm not gonna live forever.
Oh, I was not thinking about.
No,
I
I wasn't either.
It was not registering.
So-
I understand. No, I understand, but it's not
What's
clocking.
the bridge is easily wide enough for two of you to be next to each other. And again, this bridge looks pretty bad. Left side, as I said, like what you used to be able to hold on to, whatever ropes and handholds were there, are mostly just gone and dangling.
I'm gonna take some cloth from wherever I have and start tying it around Kalis's boots, just
Oh
as a
my
way
goodness.
to dampen the sound from clanking metal boots.
Okay.
They're actually not metal boots, by the way. They're actually leather boots. I just have greaves on. They're technically not metal boots.
Technically, yeah.
Still get a -1 to stealth check, so.
Okay. I
So,
do have a -1
who-
stuff.
Which one or two people are going to be at the front of this as you start crossing the definitely not sketchy bridge?
Milo, how about you and I take the lead?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'll go last.
I feel like we should probably go like lightest to heaviest, and so I'll be behind Milo.
Just in case the bridge snaps, so in that case, I will be the one that drops. So,
Oh,
Okay.
thank God you have wings, huh?
exactly. That's my logic behind it.
So we have Milo and Theron up at the front. Then we have a Quilly and I assume Derek, and a Lila kind of just behind them, and then the big
You
boys
angel boys.
Big boys.
in the back.
Angel Bros.
Angel bros.
So are you all how far out are you waiting for Theron and Milo to get before you start trying to follow? Like, how close are you staying together on this? Is it like wait for them to cross and then try, or what's the plan here?
To give them like 30
I'll
feet.
stay 30 feet behind them, just because, like, in case someone falls, I could maybe grab them.
I have Feather Fall. That's 60 feet from me.
I have Thorn Whip.
Okay. Theron and Milo, I would love to get just some general dexterity checks as you start making your way across the icy bridge with heavy wind and snow coming from everywhere.
I'm gonna use the that was close thing. Give myself advantage on the dex check.
Okay.
Don't forget about your D6.
Yep, you do have a D6 as well if you want to use that. And Milo, can I get a dexterity check from you as well?
Of course.
22. $14. Oh wait, you wanted a check, right? Not a saving throw. So
Yep, just a check.
just 20.
Oh yeah.
Dirty 20.
Don't forget about your D6.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you
you're
want
right.
to use it.
You're right.
Yep. There is that if you want it.
Oh,
But
sure. Why not?
All right, that's
That's up
21. Roll a fat one on the D6.
Hello? Roll? Oh, I think I clicked it too many.
I can just roll a D6 for you if you want. I have.
Oh, good
This
idea.
guy chose 11 D6.
I was clicking and I was like, it's not rolling. It's not rolling.
I rolled a fat one as well. So
Wait, hang on.
15 and
There's a 40.
Wow.
There's a 40 pass.
Doesn't
so the
count.
two of you kind of staying low. Milo actually definitely benefiting from being short right now, as the wind is a little bit less threatening. You start stepping out, and you make it about 25 feet before you see just a little bit in front of you is a section where there's like probably a 5-foot gap where whatever surface here was just smashed through or fell through, and you can see jagged bits of it are frozen and just kind of hanging out the bottom of it. There's like maybe a foot on the right side of existing wood, but there is about a 5-foot gap otherwise.
I can go first.
By all means.
Sure. I guess I'm gonna try and keep going.
Okay. How are you trying to do so? Are you going to use your little 1 foot worth of ground to walk on? Are you trying to jump?
You want me to toss
This
you?
is a hole that is twice as wide as you are tall.
I can toss you.
Why don't you touch it?
There's no shame in it.
You know, I like taking my chances, but I don't know about that chance.
You have any other suggestions?
I guess this is true, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That is a far drop, though.
Well,
Yeah, looking down, especially being over it, it is a very far drop. You do not fancy your chances of surviving that one.
I feel like we should maybe think of another way. Because even if I make it over, how is Volcar Taylor's gonna make it over?
well, they have a lot more ability to jump that distance than you do.
This bridge is already sketchy as it is, though.
Listen, if you have
Can we hear
another
him
idea, I'm all
talking,
for it.
or
Unless they're being loud, no, because it is a howling snowstorm over a ravine and they're 25 feet in front of you. Yeah.
Other
You just kinda
ideas
see that
other
they
than the
have
whole
stopped,
toxic
and-
thing?
With them being stopped, you can see, you know, why they're stopped, but you don't hear what they're saying.
We have some. Is there is there like something I can like tie myself to like hold on to as I like scoot across, something along those lines? If it's a bridge, right?
Yeah, the
Not
right
really.
side, the right side of the bridge, most of the rope and whatever other posts were there are still standing. So there is some stuff. It's just the left side is almost entirely lacking that, but there is some
All
stuff you could do that.
Tell you what, now pull out my rope. I'm gonna tie this to my waist. You tie yourself and try and shimmy across the right side. If you fall, I'll hold on, try and anchor you, huh?
Okay, that's a little more reassuring. Let's do that.
All right. I really wanted to toss you, but this works too.
We'll save it for next.
Okay. And just so you know, the general dex checks are just to see how you handle the general portions of the bridge. For specific stuff, I will have separate checks. So Milo, I would love to get... I guess this would technically be acrobatics. It's based in balancing, so acrobatics check from you, please.
I got a 14 total.
Okay. It's sketchy. You do
He jumps
make it
and just
across.
gets blown off.
you do manage to kind of sidle your way across, using your little tiny bit of purchase and kind of clinging to the one pole you have as long as you can. And you make it to the other side. There is a moment where your foot definitely slips a bit, and Theron, you're like, ah, fuck, but does manage to catch himself, and Milo, you find yourself across. So that's
I'm
number
just
7.
pointing at Theron and like and pointing at the side.
So how far of a jump would it be?
To comfortably clear it, about 6 feet would get you pretty good.
I'm gonna untie the rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to jump.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics or athletics, whichever you want.
17.
17. Okay. You step back a bit. You get as much of a moving start as you can, and you all just see Theron just launch himself over the gap in the bridge. And as you land, you kind of have to like almost fall on your knees a bit to slide forward and make sure that your weight doesn't shift backward at all. But you are across. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh. How wide is the bridge?
The bridge is like...
Did you hold both sides if the railings were there?
No, not unless you had pretty long arms. It's like probably 7.5 feet wide. So just a bit too wide for average tall people.
Okay, I'm gonna untie the rope from Milo and tie it to myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna toss it back across the other side.
Okay.
And I'm just basically just saying I'm gonna hold on to the side and then let whoever is there attempt to either jump or shimmy.
Okay. So up next in the queue we have Quilly and Derek. Give me your general dex checks as well.
I have a question. With danger sense, I get advantage on effects that I could see. Would that apply here?
Is that just for saves?
Yeah, saves.
Okay, then unfortunately not in this case.
So just a dexterity check?
Yep, dexterity check, and don't forget that you have a d6 if you want to use it.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. What's DC?
Using it. Okay.
Good one. 7.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay, got it. And as the two of you step up there, Quilly, this snow stuff, pretty tricky. This ice stuff, oh my goodness, how do people live with this? It's, I'm assuming for this you're probably on the right side, clutching at whatever ropes and handholds there are, because you do not feel very stable. You're able to move, but it sucks. And as the two of you get to where the rope is, you see Theron has it tied to himself on the other side. He is holding a kind of arm wrapped around a big, thick, frozen log that's one of the posts. And how are you trying to cross this?
He had the rope out on the other side, right?
Yep,
Yeah, I
rope
tossed
tied
it
to him,
back.
and
Yeah.
back kind of just right in front of the two of you. And again, you have the 5-foot hole, and then on the right side, there is about a foot that you can technically walk on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try.
And I'll say,
shimmy
actually,
across.
yeah, what makes more sense now that I think about it would be athletics to jump and acrobatics to walk across.
Athletics. Okay, actually, I'm gonna jump because my athletics is better than my acrobatics.
Okay. Go ahead and try to do so.
Scary. Okay, I'm sure that's fine. That's 15.
15. As you go to jump, there's a little moment where you kind of step a little bit too much with your heel and your foot kind of slides for like a tenth of a second as you jump. And Theron, you kind of catch this and grab the rope and kind of pull back in reaction to this. And Quilly, you get kind of like half pulled across, half jump. You land, it's a little bit messy, but you kind of like slide into Theron, who catches you. And the bridge kind of just like creaks and just sways the slightest little bit under the movements.
I got you.
Thanks.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll toss the other side of the rope, or untie the rope, and toss the other side to Derek.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I know Derek's real good at both of these things.
Yes, I am a very physical, adept person.
Yep.
Billy, have your
And
whip
just
ready,
so
in
I
case.
know, you had originally said like 30 feet between you, given the situation. Lila is actually only about 5 feet behind you, Derek. How far behind her are Volkar and Kayla staying?
20 feet.
Okay. So that would kind of put you like just on the bridge. But just so I know, 20 feet.
And I just have my thorn whip prepared, just in case.
Yes. I don't see why not. Instant cast. Yeah, you can hold it. If you hold it and then don't end up using it, you still lose the spell slot as per.
It's a cantrip, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a cantrip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Joke's on me. My bad. Well, never mind. Yeah, you can be ready with that.
Yeah.
Derek, what you doing?
Okay, there's a quick question. Like, all the boards, like, there's just that one piece of board left, right?
Yeah, just on the right side, there's just that little bit left.
Okay. I'll try to shimmy across it.
Okay. I'm not rolling for you, by the way, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
I was rolling for Lila. I forgot that.
That's acrobatics.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Oh. Okay, that works. 19.
Oh, shit. So Derek kind of stands there tensely for almost like a solid minute, just kind of like eyeing up the situation. And then, all things considered, pretty smooth transition across. You slide on over there, and you are good. As soon as you get across,
Mm-hmm.
Lila takes 2 quick steps, and as she's about to jump, part of the last plank just splinters and shatters away, and her foot just goes completely through it, and she just begins to plummet.
Feather fall.
Okay. She falls just 15, 20 feet before Derek manages to get Featherfall on her, and she weirdly, she didn't even like yell or anything when it happened. You just saw the look in her eyes as she started to fall, and as soon as she realizes what has happened and that she's falling slower, she kind of just like looks beneath her, and it's just, 200 plus
falling?
feet down.
I'm gonna try and toss
she's
that
falling.
rope down to her.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
falling very slowly.
Yeah.
She is falling 60 feet around, so 10 feet a
yeah.
second, so not slowly.
Oh, okay.
Not lethally.
But, yes. But she is falling. So, Theron, you grab the rope. Go ahead and... I'll just treat this like,
You want just like a dex check?
yeah, I guess just Dex. It's probably, yeah.
13.
13. Okay, she wasn't super far away from you in terms of distance. How long is the section of rope that you have?
Well, it's 50. I think it's 50 feet, isn't it? Let me see.
Okay, it's 50 foot. Sounds
Yeah,
about
50
right.
foot rope.
Because the cast time falling and then
Cast time for Featherfall?
yeah, it's an action, but an action's not instantaneous, I believe.
Featherfall is a reaction.
Featherfall.
Yeah, it's reaction.
Reaction, but
Do I see her fall?
one reaction. Oh, you all definitely see this. Okay,
Kayla's
reaction
just
is,
blindfolded.
reaction is definitely better. Sorry, I was trying to do some math in my head. But a reaction is certainly more in your favor. You chuck the rope on down, and she, yeah, definitely seems to have still have her wits about her. And as it kind of comes toward her, it's like not quite there, and she actually kind of curls up into a ball and kind of kicks her feet out to the side and kind of like twists the way that she is in the air, grabs the rope with one hand, reaches up with the other one and grabs it, and Theron, strength check, as the larger than you woman is what'd you get?
Uh-oh.
I was gonna
18.
help her, but never mind.
Oh.
18.
I only have a +1. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
oh, please,
Okay.
God.
Okay. If anyone else wants to help with this, I mean, you have time to react.
Yeah, I was gonna help.
So, sure, go ahead, Quilly. Also, give me a strength
We're
check.
still on the other
Yeah,
side, so I don't
tug-
think you and I can
Tug of
help.
war that shit.
I'm
Yeah, the two
definitely
of you
not
wouldn't quite be able to make it here for this. This is all a
15
pretty quick
again.
thing. 15, okay. Fortunately, Lila's got a pretty strong grip, and so as she falls, the rope comes out. She grabs it with both hands. You see Theron kind of start to get pulled forward just a little bit. Quilly, you just like wrap around his waist and just dig your heels into the ice, just like leaning back with all of your weight, pulling the two of you kind of falling back onto your asses, but fortunately keeping her from falling as she quickly scrambles back up the rope, kind of digs her fingers into the side of the icy bridge, pulls back up.
You good?
She just looks back at the spot where her foot went through and just,
I'll also do that.
oh my god.
That's as close as it gets.
Wow. Hey, Derek. I'm, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. That's
Uh,
why I scribed it.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
give me a sec.
Take a breather.
All right, lovebirds, it's your turn.
All right.
I'm just gonna
General
run and jump.
dexterity checks from both of you first. And again, you have a d6.
Oh, D6? You're right. Okay.
Okay.
16.
Oh wow.
With the D6?
Yeah, with the D6.
With the
16.
D6,
16.
I got a 13.
Okay. The two of you step up. The hole is now about a foot bigger.
Fuck.
So 6 foot jump now.
To be honest.
And yeah. Athletics to jump, acrobatics to sidle across the side, which
Can I
would
get a
be
running
probably
start?
You could. It's not really the sort of terrain that running on is great, but you could try.
Screw it. I'll try
I'm
to
just
get
gonna
a
like
start
stand back
and
a
then
little
jump
bit
across.
from everyone. Two big men jumping on a wobbly bridge after I just saw that.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
exactly wasting my wings on the.
Oh, we can only do it once a
I'm
day.
step back.
If I fall, then I'll.
I got a 22 on athletics, so I jumped straight across.
Okay, and
Alright, so-
Kalis.
Yeah, I got 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, the the lovebirds both jump, kind of heavily land across on the other side, more gracefully, especially from Volkar, than you had expected, and everyone has made it across.
Okay.
So are you going to keep the
Okay.
same order? You're only like 30 feet across the bridge, so there's still quite a bit left to go.
Not even over.
Nope, not over. Are you keeping the same order, Milo and Theron at the front?
Mhm.
Okay.
I like it.
So as you all move, spread out a little bit, you make it about another 50 feet before there's a section where the rope and any handholds on the right side are also just missing for about 15 feet. And it's not a hole so much as there are spots on the planks that are kind of broken a little bit on individual planks, and it looks like ice has actually just kind of crusted over that. Thick ice, several inches. And as the two of you kind of start stepping across, there's this huge gust of wind that almost throws Milo right off the side. Theron, just keeping your dex check from earlier, you manage to kind of drop down and just wrap around him real quick to stop him from flying off the side. And as you cross that, this wind tunnel just kind of almost keeps up right in that one spot. Quilly, as you get up to there, you're kind of preparing, seeing what happened, and as you take about 2 steps out, the wind stops, and just for a moment, maybe half a second, and you were kind of compensating for the wind a bit, coming from the right side, and when it stops, your balance shifts a bit, and then it starts up again, and you just get blown the fuck over. And you hit the ground and just start rolling toward essentially what is off the bridge. Derek, you are the closest one. What are the two of your reactions?
Gonna try to grab her when she was falling off, or?
Sure, dex check.
Oh boy, Dex.
Oh lord.
Thank you for these Dex checks. I have a +1.
I had my thorn whip. I was holding it, but I didn't use it when Lila fell. Would I say I'm still holding it?
That's fair. I would let you attempt that. Derek, what'd you get?
A 3.
A 3.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Derek, you try, and instead you go to step, and you kind of just slip as well. You kind of just like fall down on one knee, like reaching out toward her. Quilly, you just tumble right off the side, and as you are doing so, I will let you, using your thorn whip,
Yeah, can I pull myself?
make an attack. So it's, hang on, thorn whip comes from...
She has the Druid Initiate feat.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What about components?
It is from... What, a creature in range? Yeah, it is. This is going to be an attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I'll shoot out my Thorn Whip just to, like, wrap around Derek's arm. Sorry, you're gonna take damage, but I don't want to die.
No.
Uh-oh.
I could
And I will say it's not going to be against his AC because he's not trying to resist it or anything. It's just against a set
It's
number
just
I have in my
straight
head. It's just you are falling off. Well, no, you still need to roll to hit. Because it's
Oh, because I can
yeah.
miss. Oh, that... so scary. Okay. Okay.
Because you are falling off a bridge, and it's kind of hard to do things in this
That's a
moment.
19.
That's a 19. 19 is good. Willie, you start to fall off.
No.
And on that moment,
No, it was
my God, you have this moment of just like, oh fuck, as you look up and see Derek who's reaching for you frantically, and you're just like, shit, gotta do it. You whip up, it wraps around Derek's hand and forearm. Roll your damage on that.
3.
Ouch.
You take 3 piercing damage as this thorny whip just digs into your flesh as you kind of grab onto the side of it. Derek,
Yes.
I would love a strength check from you. As this is happening at this point, I'm going to say if anyone else wants to react to this and try to respond, now you can do so.
Oh,
but I still
I'm
need
so
a
good
check.
at strength. I'm
Yep.
so good at strength checks.
I think me and Milo are
Oh,
too far
that's-
ahead.
Actually, not that bad.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna be useful at all.
14.
So.
Yeah.
14, okay. Derek, as you kind of feel it dig into your flesh, you reach out with the other hand, you grab it, and you look down at, I imagine, a pretty frantic-looking Quilly, and start pulling, and you're like, oh my god, this is a horrible angle. I'm half, like, on my knee, half laying down. This sucks. And Lila steps up. She actually kind of, like, runs and, like, slides down on her knees and just both hands grabs the thorn, and the two of you just heave as hard as you can, pull Quilly up, who fortunately is pretty tiny. And Quilly, you get pulled back up onto the bridge as you are on it, just like prone, essentially, just freezing ice, just adrenaline shakes.
I don't want to be here anymore. She's gonna cross this fucking bridge. Thank you. I'm sorry for the damage, but
No, it's fair.
And then Lila kind of keeps the two of you low and kind of keeps her arms around both of your shoulders, just a little bit behind you, and kind of helps stabilize a bit as the three of you push past this.
Oh my god.
This is a very dangerous bridge.
Yes.
Volkar and Kalis. Oh, it's fun. I actually made a bridge just to. It's way too big. It's not to scale, but I made the entire bridge just because I was bored a couple days ago. And Volkar and Kalis. Fortunately, the two of you are a bit heavier, and the wind seems to die down enough that you don't have much of a problem with your dex checks from earlier getting across that portion. And fortunately, beyond that point, the rest of the bridge is comparatively easygoing. And you, after a few stressful minutes and some close calls, thanks to a natural one from Lila at a very bad time, find yourselves on the other side of the bridge. And as you... Yeah, right? As you get across it, very, very glad to be back on more solid ground again, getting far enough away to not feel like you're about to fall into a ravine. You hear much louder this time. Dum, dum. Two more low bell sounds come reverberating out from the large 60% standing fortress before you, jutting out of the mountainside. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Yay.
close calls there, man.
Yeah.
Close calls. I wasn't expecting that part.
All your backstory just fucking gone. Bye.
God.
Oh my god.
New character sheet immediately.
God.
That was
With tense.
That
I
was
was thinking the
tense.
same thing when I made the leap. I was like, this is where Theron dies. He fucking misses the jump.
Yeah.
You've been fine. I had so long
Yeah,
as it's 60
Featherfall.
feet, everybody. I had Featherfall.
Yeah.
No,
I was really close to just like fully running off, sprinting, just diving down after Lila, just going like full bullet down.
And then like open your wings to like catch the updraft.
just screaming Rachel as we came down.
That would have been amazing.
It would have been
Um,
awesome, but they beat me to it with the feather ball, so I was like,
That's fine.
shit.
Save your wings. You might need it.
I'd like to imagine if you did that, Milo would just shoot you with a net.
And
in
we
the
both
air.
died. Yeah.
Bird.
But thank you all for joining us and watching and supporting the show and whatnot. Yeah, bridges, man, they're crazy.
Bridges.
Yeah,
Freaking bridges.
gotta,
That is the
gotta
true enemy.
Look out for
Yeah.
them.
Jeff
Wait till he has
Bridges.
to.
We will catch you all next week.
Here's a secret. The bridge was a mimic all along.
Yeah, it actually is.
What?
We'll find out next time.